feeling like I'm academics. Can't ride
Real
no
quick,
wave.
chat. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shit, I think I just came on to get the streak popping because after this, I am taking it down. Tomorrow, I'll give y'all a long stream. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me just talk about these sales because everybody think I'm about to be ducking these, and I'm not ducking nothing. Come on. Okay, so it's so funny, and this is why I keep saying. You see why hip hop is in this low is because of the goddamn K bots, and I know somebody gonna say because I see the responses. I've been looking at Twitter a little bit more and more now. They're gonna be like, what do Kendrick gotta do with this? I'm gonna tell y'all why. Number one, there's a coalition of fans that's hoping Savage fails. Why? Because Savage is one of the biggest supporters of Drake. Those coalition of fans happen to be K-bots. They're just sitting there on Twitter hoping to see something that makes Savage look bad that hopefully they could capitalize on it and say, yo, see? Like, by the way, Drake fans do this too. I'm not picking sides, okay? Obviously, I like Drake way more as an artist, but I'm not picking sides and analyzing this one particular thing. How could I admit that Drake fans does the same kind of shit? Well, Drake fans have been celebrating that Mustard flop, Schoolboy Q flopped, and all these guys flopped. Yes, that's the point, right? So there's a bunch of fans, and I would say most of them are like K-bots that they want to see Savage not do too good. Now, with that in mind, I think people don't listen to everything I say, which I think they should. The current thing about his sales that people keep saying bots, y'all are wrong. I'm not picking up for him because he's my friend. Even if he's my friend and it looked like there was some weird activity with bots, I would just say, oh yeah, it looked like he bought it. Like, I probably would say it in the way, yo, his label bought it for him because he don't know how to bot. Like, most artists don't know how to bot. I don't think Kendrick knows how to bot. I think his digital guys know how to bot. So here's the point of what I'm trying to say. I had reported that he was going to sell 53,000 first week. Then it went up to 90. Then there was rumors that it may even go up to like 115, and that would have been the amount needed to break or beat Taylor Swift for number one. He's not going to debut number one. Okay? So what does that mean? On Wednesday, we got predictions, or was it Tuesday, late Tuesday, we got predictions he was supposed to do 53. Then it jumped up to 90, okay? And obviously sell at 73. Okay, for the slow people in the back, and Grant or whoever else, you know, if y'all run any pages affiliated with me, just clip this because, you know, number one, my integrity and reputation when it comes to these type of things, I'm a numbers guy. I've always been. I'm the only person who's speaking about numbers who actually has a fucking degree in it, okay? I graduated with a biomathematics degree, okay? The rest of y'all niggas is just over here doing a bunch of dumb shit. Not saying that matters for this particular conversation, but I do want to let you know my commitment to, like, reporting, just analyzing objectively. Like, whether you like a song or not is mad subjective, right? I don't like Kendrick's voice. Actually, I do like his voice. Pause. I don't care about it that much. What I'm trying to say is, like, a particular song, there's objectivity. When it comes to numbers, there's just not. So usually there's a black and white. It's either something's true or it's not. I'm going to tell you how the origin of all this stuff, and I'm going to tell you there's not bots. There's no bots with Savage. It's not because he's my friend. It's no bots. And I told y'all this the first time. But the slow ones in the back, you need to say it to them 15 times. I said it from before that there was potential, if there was going to be manipulation, at the same level that you see with Travis Scott, you see with Navaraj and these other guys. They don't use bots as much. They do it from a let's do a digital store finesse. That's how it's done. Sometimes they put a bundle finesse with it. You're buying a shirt. I told y'all this. I said Savage's streams look normal. Mr. Recoup is the song that's sticking out. It's actually making up, if we look at the streams right now, it's making up for about like 4 or 5 songs on the album. So that's how, if we're talking about weighted streams, it's streaming like pretty well. Okay, in comparison to the other songs. That's not bot activity. By the way, there's been the same increase after the second or third day for Mr. Recoup, and that is a natural. If we go back to Redrum, or we go back to any time, because Savage sometimes doesn't drop a single. He'll drop the album. People take a day or two to find that one song they like. And then they don't go back to the full album. They go back to the one song. That's how it works. So Mr. Recoup that has Drake on it, it didn't go from, it wasn't like I'm using arbitrary numbers right here to make a point. It didn't go from 10 streams, 10 streams, or 10 streams, 9 streams, 8 streams to 500 streams. It did not go like that, right? Now, this idea that, and I'll pull this up, talk of the charts, right? So they're one of the outlets that said around 37,000 U.S. pure sales were filtered out. Okay, so the slow ones in the back, I'm going slow just for y'all. So this idea that there are bots. Let's read this again. Pure sales. Bots are not pure sales. Bots influence streams. I just told you, his streaming activity is pretty normal. So let's say it once again for the slow ones in the back. This is not a situation of botting. If it was botting, it would be astronomic inflated streams that we would see if Spotify or Apple Music or Pandora catches. That's not what it is. Let me say it one more time for the slow ones in the back. It's not because he's my friend. It's because I know how to fucking read. And I analyze charts like most people that usually report these stuff. And by the way, we posted this. I'm going to tell you why I deleted it. Not because Savage is my friend. I'm going to tell you everything. But we need to get it right for the slow ones in the back. This is not a case of botting. What a case of botting would be is when Kendrick, and I'm just using him as an example. I'm not saying he's the only person who bots. But if you see a wild number of streams, whether first week or first month, and then precipitously drops off, that's usually an indication that those initial streams or that period of streaming is not regular. Most charts with streaming and sales goes like this. And when people off the song, it goes like this. Anytime you're watching, listen, for the people who even do crypto trading or whatever, they analyze charts too. A lot of that also is math. You understand the rise or the average rise of a line chart that is kind of showing you, okay, cool, this is kind of how this album should go week over week or day over day in terms of streams or whatever. Once again, for the slow ones in the back, there is no evidence of botting. Let me say it once again. There is no evidence of botting. Now, I never said there was no evidence of manipulation. I said there was possible manipulation because midweek there was starting to be so let me explain how these things work. And this is why I wish Billboard would get rid of it, but you can't get rid of it because there is no central store. Everybody want to do their bundles their own way. Everybody want to have their own special thing. And there's not one vendor that could serve every artist, every one of their needs, and all 3 record labels and all the artists will agree with. So Billboard allows artists to have their own digital store. Their digital store could be, let's say if it was Lil Ack, lilack.com. And you could go buy Blues Clues over there. Now, when you buy Blues Clues over there, I have the data. Billboard can't hack into my website. They can't say, oh, no, that's what's going on. Now, granted, you have to turn the data over. They do have some ways to proofread the data you're given. But like anything, what's the easiest and probably most manipulative part? is if you're saying you ever been in school when niggas say go check your own when the teacher says grade yourself or check your own homework? Come on. You trying to change something while you're grading it if you can? It is what it is. I've told you about this finesse a long time ago. Travis Scott did it. The Weeknd did it. Cardi tried doing it. I'm not throwing these guys under the bus. This is part of the game. So I'm just explaining to you this post because I see people on the uneducated way keep saying botting. And there's a specific thing for botting. This doesn't fit that criteria at this moment. Subject to change, subject to new information. I'm telling you at this moment. If it looks like the label may have tried to buy 20, 30K of sales. They didn't really do bundles, so it had to be just regular purchases, which means whatever his digital store is, and they have rules about that. You go to the digital store, you buy a Savage album. Now, he supposedly had posted something up. He had posted something up with a swipe up link for a website. Did 50,000 people go there to buy that? I don't know. And I'm being very honest. If you were to tell me, well, the labels try to buy some records to get the sales up, I wouldn't be that surprised. That's what this data actually suggests if it's real. So, once again, I got to keep making it because there's some slow motherfuckers around here. For the people in the back, there is no evidence of botting. There's evidence of manipulation from maybe on a label level, purchasing records. Okay? This isn't a bundle situation because there was no bundle. So it looked like, remember when 6ix9ine said a label could buy number one, you just take out them credit cards and whatever? Yes, they have ways to circumvent the original vetting process. Obviously, they've made this vetting process harder. They said that one credit card could only buy, like they change the rules all the time. Like could buy, I think, maybe 1 or 2 albums, and they said one user could only, like they limit everything now. So when you turn in the data, even from your own digital store, you have to show proof that there was, for 50,000 sales, that there was at least 25,000 or maybe 20,000 credit cards that were used. You can't just use 3 or 4. So it's much more difficult, but obviously, where there's a will, there's a way. Labels still can make it happen. So, one last time, and then I'm going to get to the next part. There is no proof of botting. Not with this particular project. Not yet. Not right now. Okay. Around 37,000 pure sales were filtered. This is where I'm going to tell you why I deleted my post. I currently have followed up with Luminate, and Luminate is what used to be called Nielsen. I've sent a press request to them, and I'm following up with them because I can't verify this. And I'm not saying they're lying. So I want to be very clear, because I understand I get upset when people challenge my credibility without them having proof of me not being actually accurate. So I'm just questioning it. So I had heard the same thing, that there was a bunch of sales that came through. Now, the reason why I'm skeptical, or I just want to get a source on the 37,000, is that 25,000 sales did go through. Why would it have came in all at once? Now, here's the thing about these sites. Like, so if you have littleact.com or 21savage.com or travisscott.com or theweekendshop.com, when they have a schedule that you're supposed to turn in or keep Billboard, especially in those first couple of weeks, updated, right, on how the website is doing and what the sales are, which means pre-orders, which means you're supposed to tell them, not dump 20,000 sales on them, right? Like this happened before when I think it was like Ariana Grande or something like that. When Ariana Grande was like going at it with 6ix9ine, and I remember I seen the emails. I seen the emails on it. Was it Ariana Grande or something? I can't remember who it was. They didn't update as the week was progressing. They waited till like Wednesday night and they said, "Oh, hey, we got 50,000 sales on our website. Here's all the proof." And Billboard now has to account for that. So midweek, when you hear that numbers just jump out the blue, and keep in mind, let's go to Savage's shit. Yeah. So by the way, when it was initially projected, the 53, Savage don't have physical copies, and we don't know of bundles. So the 53 is still here. It's corrected to 48. And actually, like, they were expecting, like, you know, through iTunes purchases, a low amount, couple thousand, definitely less than 10, right? So that would match with that 53. What the new sales happen to be is the 25. So there is 25,000 album sales that are digital album sales, and the majority of those are not iTunes. They're from a website that's connected to the artist, or the artist or artist label has sanctioned. Do you get what I'm saying? So now, apparently 25,000 of those did count. So that's why I'm saying I got a few questions about the number 37, because Billboard definitely allowed some in. Because if you ask me, I don't think 25,000, and Savage my man's, but 25,000 people did not buy his album on iTunes. So they must have bought it on maybe a website, maybe it was a bundle or something else. Honestly. So Billboard allowed 25,000. Now, and by the way, this is their article. They put it out every Sunday if you want. This is official stuff, billboard.com. They're always going to put out a article about, it's going to be chart beat, and it's going to tell you who's going to lead. It gives you their official list. They publish it on Monday, but on Sunday they write their article. So Taylor gets number 1. They tell you how she got it, up 18%, and then they talk about Savage, who's number 3. Who's number 2, actually? Let me see. Okay, let's see. Left a Showgirl. Oh, Morgan Wallen. Morgan Wallen is number 2. And then back to Savage. He's number 3. He gets 73,000, right? So now, here's my thing. If we do the math, 73,000 plus 37,000, 73 and 37 is 110. Okay? Now, I did hear rumblings that, you know, they were trying to compete with Taylor, and Taylor did do, what did Taylor do? 104, right? 104. So I'm not going to call these people liars. But the earliest place I could track the source of this information, because it's not mentioned on Billboard that, hey, we filtered out any sales. Look. I looked. I couldn't find it there. And again, I am open to being wrong. This is why I'm not accusing anyone of lying or fabricating. I'm just, I would like to see more information, because the current information I have, and that's why I'm reaching out to Luminate, and you'll see Luminate's name, because Luminate is a data company. They give the data for the week to Billboard. Billboard looks through it, They look through the radios. Well, radio doesn't matter for this. They look through the sales stuff, and they then come up with their list. Okay? That's how they do it. So, where does this tweet come from? Around 37,000 pure albums were filtered. Okay. There's two sources that I saw it at, okay? Two sources. And even I think ChatGPT says, let's see, how many albums of 21 Savage? What is the source of 21? Look, let's see. Billboard has filtered whatever due to suspected chart manipulation tactics, specifically botted sales. Now, I know this is AI, but it doesn't make sense. How do you bot pure sales? But okay, cool. And potential bundling issues. Now, that might be a thing because whatever, right? Because bundling would be actual purchases, right? It says Billboard reportedly filtered 37,000 album sales out. Now, if Billboard filtered them out, why Billboard didn't tell us? As the sales spike artificially. Cool. All right. Here we go. Let's look at the links through these. The link is a bunch of Twitter posts. All right. This is part of Billboard's blah, blah, blah. Let's see if we can find the source. So we can't even really find the source. I did digging before the stream started. Honestly, everything kind of goes back to Kirko. I'm going to keep it a beat. And I don't want to accuse them of just making it up because I don't think they just made it up. But the idea of Billboard filtering them out, I don't know if Billboard or Luminate have made an official argument on that. So it's kind of like, unless I have missed something, it's basically we're going on the word of Kirko, and it's like, trust me, bro. Which, again, not saying that they're not credible, but it probably is due to their own chart analysis and somewhat assumptions, because you got to assume if you're going to say Billboard filtered them out, if Billboard didn't say they filtered them out, you don't know if Billboard, how Billboard treats these sales at all.